Liquidation motivation. I really need to come up with a theme song for our channel. This is Liquidation Motivation, and we're live. We are live. We are a bit tardy, but for a good reason, and we're going to share those reasons with you today. I'm going to let Tom say why, but let's talk about housekeeping first. We want to go over the same things I go through in the beginning of each video, and that is our exclusive loads text group. So if you want to be on our text group and you want to receive notifications and see if we have any loads available for you, we will text you. If you visit liquidationmotivation.com/exclusive loads, sign up there, and we will be putting you on the list. All right. I offer a free website for anyone in the liquidation business. So please sign up on estacam.com, free website. Again, it's free. I don't know why you're not signing up. No, I'm kidding. There's quite a few of you that did sign up, and I would like for anyone else that needs it, please reach out to me. I'm willing to help. All right. No further ado, let's talk to Tom, and we're going to talk about marketing, and we're going to talk about point of sale system, and we're going to talk to you about let him say it. Adding to the stage, Tom.
What's happening, Esteban?
Hello.
I am a little exhausted. I'm a little tired. You know, I've always said I'm never busy, but man, I've been busy lately, man, and it's been super challenging. So yeah. So if anybody's out there been reaching out to me, been trying to get a hold of me, trying to find out about loads or deals or advice, I apologize. It's just been a little hectic around here. We have been rocking and rolling, and if you guys watch our videos, you know that we are opening the world's largest bin store, and that's supposed to be open on Friday. I literally got the keys on Monday morning. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My goal is to take Thursday off for Thanksgiving. I don't know if that's going to happen, but Thursday off for Thanksgiving and be open on Friday. So we're going to see. Now, we did do a lot of work at our warehouse to get things ready for this. We're super, super excited. It's 86,000 square feet. We did find a Spirit Halloween. I've been telling everybody, find Spirit Halloweens. See if you can get a temporary lease on one of these spaces and do a pop-up bin store. And that's exactly what we're doing, guys. That's exactly what we're doing. We're hoping to get in there, stay in there as long as we can. BinChasers.com. There we go, baby. Get in there, stay in there as long as we can in a mall. And it's probably a B-graded mall, so it's a pretty good mall. There's a lot of traffic there, a lot of customers, a lot of national brands. I mean, it's not a high-end mall. It's not, you know, we're not talking about Louis Vuitton and all those kind of places, but it certainly is full. They have new owners. The new owners are willing to wheel and deal on property. So we got a pretty good deal on the site, and we are opening up, and we're ready to rock and roll. We're going to be ready. I hope we're going to be ready. You know, we got Paul on site at the mall right now. I'm in the warehouse trying to coordinate all the truckloads, all the break table, the coffee machine. We're doing a lounge, right? We're doing a pretty cool lounge in there. So if husbands want to let their wives shop, they can just go relax. They can
watch the games,
watch TV, get a free coffee, a free water, watch some TV, watch the games. That's right. So we're building a lounge. We're building all the bins. We're painting all the bins today. Can you paint 200 bins in one day? I guess I'm going to find out. And then hopefully tomorrow is just cleanup day. We got the gals loading up the bins today. So it is a lot of work. But I mean, imagine setting up an 86,000 square foot retail store, man. That takes months and months and months and months and months. I think when we set up Resale America, it took us about 5 months to get all the fixtures put up, everything priced, everything tagged, everything put out. It was a ridiculous endeavor. It took forever to get done. This 3 days, guys, 3 days. But the bins are built. The bins are there. We just need to get them painted and sanded, filled up, put on the floor, build the cash wrap, get the internet right. We're having a little trouble with the internet over there, so we got to get the wires ran and all that. So we got a lot of troubleshooting to do in the next couple days. But can somebody open the world's largest bin store in 3 days? That's my question, and I will have an answer for you if we turn that key on Friday morning at 8 o'clock. So we certainly will be doing a video Friday morning at 8 o'clock. We're super excited. 200 bins in this bin store, and we can definitely fit 50 or 100 more if we wanted to. There's so much room. Every bin will be spread out. They won't be in rows. They'll be spread out. Lots of room for customers. We got 200 shopping carts being delivered today. You know, we need to get we need. I couldn't
signage.
Get
the signage too.
Signage is being delivered today, brought back from Atlanta. We got to get that up tomorrow. We got to do all the marketing. We got to get everything done. We got to get the momentum built, the excitement built, and we're super excited. We're super happy. This is going to be a big endeavor for us, man, a big endeavor. And the next level, guys, we talk about levels. We talk about income streams in the liquidation business. Everybody needs to have multiple income streams. I think we had 13 last we counted, and this will make 14. So that's super cool. If we open an eBay store there, that'll be 15. You know, so you just have to try to find different ways to make money in this industry, find different ways to create the hustle. Stay in liquidation. Don't branch out like I did and open bowling alleys and things like that. That might have been a mistake, you know, in hindsight. But, you know, I think I lost some good money there. But anyways, we moved on from that. But now we are moving forward. We're pushing forward. And now we're opening the world's largest bin store back in the Lakeland Square Mall. In the Lakeland Square Mall, and we're super excited about it. So, guys, anybody have any questions or comments or anything that you want to put, you know, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll be happy
advice?
to take a look at that.
Any advice? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, we're always looking for advice and always accept advice, guys. You know, there is a time I consider it my cocky period in my life where I'd never listen to anybody. You know, I thought I knew better than anybody else. And then, you know, one day it flipped a switch, like, you know, how much, you know, everybody else can bring you value. And every once in a while you get some great information from somebody that can change things. So take everybody's advice. You don't have to execute it, but certainly take everybody's advice, man. Take everybody's advice. I mean,
yeah.
You know, make them feel good about it.
Pick and choose what works for you, you know. What do you think, Tom? Should we get Paul, since he's already on site? I don't want his battery to die. I would like for Paul to jump on now. What do you think?
Yeah, let's get him on. He's on site at the location.
Good morning.
Right.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to figure to start outside and show you on Tuesday morning. Look how packed this parking lot is. It is gorgeous out.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
That's
crazy.
Amazing.
So I figured we could go on in. Of course, we're going to be posting a video up here soon. The old Burlington. Signage is going to be here soon. We're going to get the signage up going on. And
what's really cool is we get Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's really cool out there is they're letting us put this 15 by 15 metal sign, great big metal sign right there on that empty wall there. So it's going to be the largest sign in the mall, and everybody's going to be able to see it from the parking lot because that's the food court parking lot. So we're going to put the metal sign right there. That'll be delivered today. We got a lift coming in tomorrow so that we can get that all screwed in. We have a lot of last minute details that we need to resolve. We need to finish in order to get the store open. But I think we're on track. I believe we're on track. I believe that we're gonna be able to take Thursday off. Yeah. So here we go into the world's largest bin store. Now I know somebody just opened a store in Orlando that's 120,000 square feet, but they're using one floor. So I believe theirs is 60,000. And what's so nice about this location, and it's clean. It's ceramic tile. It's linoleum flooring, and it's wide open. No, there's no dressing rooms, no problems like that. Wide open space. So, can we have this filled up by tomorrow night? That is the tough question to answer right there. What do you think, Esteban? Can we fill it up? Can we get it done?
Look, we have no choice. We have no choice. We are going to get it done. And even if I'm not going to say that we're going to do it half-heartedly, that's not what I'm saying either. But what I am saying is that we're going to have the minimum viable product available this Black Friday. We're not going to be worried too much about the little details, but the bigger details, the broad strokes, we are going to have them available for our customers. And audience, I understand that the feed might come cut in and out. Just bear with us.
Yeah, we'll just go slow. And Tom, you said this is over 90,000 square feet, right?
Yeah, 86,000 square feet.
86.
So
Yeah,
The-
that's a lot
so
of.
The floor room or the entire
Total.
facility? Okay.
total 86,000, but I believe that the showroom floor is going to be around 60,000. Then we got another 25,000 in storage in the back.
Mhm.
So it's a good size bin store. Ben in Miami has his 80,000 square feet, so we're beating him by a couple thousand. So we're gonna claim the title from Ben. But our whole premise now is that mega bin stores are the best concept to open. Now, they're super expensive to open, and if you don't have the inventory lined up, don't open one. But we are, I think we're all set with the inventory, at least for this week. I know it's going to be a roller coaster ride. We did push some things to the last minute. I know we got in the truck in today.
Yeah.
I know that we have another truck coming in tomorrow. We have some stuff in our warehouse we're shipping over today. So I believe we're going to be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah,
We're
and
going
the
to have
best thing
everything
about
out there.
sorry, Tom.
Go ahead.
I think the best thing about this location is you got the outside come on in for customers, and plus you have the inside the mall for customers, so it doesn't hinder your ability for just one direction. They can come from each side. Which
You want to take a peek out there for us, Paul?
It does make it a little more challenging. I was really having one door is a lot easier to control the inventory. So we will have 2 cash register areas because of this second doorway. So this one right here opens up right into the mall. Nice clean glass there. We're going to put our logos on the doorway, sign up above. So the second cash wrap will be there.
Look at that. A JCPenney right across from us.
There's a lot up out there. Got a lot of lookers looking in, like, ooh, what's going on in there?
Yeah, once we start putting the bins out there, I think they'll fully understand what we're doing. I'm super excited. We got to install our security system today and tomorrow. We got to put up TVs. We got to build the break room. There's so much left to do, but we have a good chunk of staff there. We have about 10 people there today, all working hard. Our timeline looks like we're going to be able to accomplish it. There's going to be a few things that probably won't take place till next week. I think we're like 8 bins short of the wheels, so we don't have wheels for 8 of the bins.
Yeah, we're going back to that. Is that feed coming out okay?
Yeah.
It's going to be, the feed looks way better now. I think it has a lot to do with you being closer to the outside.
This is where all the magic happens.
That's right. And there's my boy Shrek over there.
So we have about 50 bins already painted, and so we have to do the other. Our goal is to have the other 150 today. So we're using a spray gun. We're painting them all up. I think all of them but that one have their legs on it. I believe that we had enough for all the legs. But probably 1 coat of paint this week, but we might be able to put another coat of paint on next week and get everything rolling so that it's going to look good. It's going to look incredible. Yeah, when you spray your bins, it's so much easier to get your bins done. They take a couple hours to dry, but then these bins will be ready to go, ready to fill up. So I think if you go back out to the other room, Paul, I wonder if they're filling bins already, because I know that we got a truckload in this morning.
Everybody's hard at work here.
Yeah. So this is our storage area. This is what's so nice about the location is that we have approximately 25,000 square feet in the back. That's how big our storage area is, which is incredible. It's huge. It's unbelievable. It definitely helps out with filling bins and getting everything organized. We can fill the bins in the back here and then just wheel them right out whenever it's changeover day, or we can section off a part of the store. Oh, wow, they got quite a few more painted already.
Yeah.
So those must be the wet ones over there, maybe, because I know the ones to the left were ready yesterday. But yeah,
Yeah, it's coming along nicely. And of course,
so the colors, we chose green for colors. You know, we got a popular. If anybody knows Publix, we just figured they're smarter than us, so we'll just stick with the green. I like the color, anyways. Are they loading bins, Paul?
yeah, we just started loading the bins over here.
So our first truckload came in this morning. So I do have. Misery's asking, what's a fair price for 7-foot FC? Man, I'm telling you, those FCs are all over the board lately, man. They are. You can get some that are 13,000 and half full, but you can also get some that are. I had a guy offer some for 22,000 the other day. You know, a little bit more expensive. So what you're seeing here is this should be a mix. This is the TJ Maxx load that we got in. So that's going to be TJ Maxx general merchandise loads that we put into the bins. Then we have LPN being loaded into the bins, which is another good load. Every bin store needs to have LPN merchandise if you're going to do it, you know, higher value days. So we're doing $12 days. Yeah, we really need to get like a pallet lift. We need to get a way to unload these bins faster. We don't have a pallet lift, so when you get a pallet lift, you can just cut the sides open and dump them in a lot faster. You see the gentleman going one by one there. That's going to take forever to load 200 bins. So
Yeah.
You
gotta truck them in there.
Yeah. So, you know, the problem is new people like to look at everything that come out of the bins, but once you've been here for a while, you can just start loading everything in. And I'll talk to Mark and them about speeding it up, getting it done faster.
Yeah. Time is money.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Filling
we'll
the
go back
bins part. Filling the bins part can be faster if they do it blindly.
Yeah. Let's see if we go back out in the warehouse here. Still be back out here. I'm lost.
Yeah, right there, that corner, and then to the left.
All right. Yeah, I just want to go through the offices.
The offices will be to your right, but just go to your left.
Yes.
There you go. Follow the green line.
Follow the green line. Follow the fidelity path.
Yeah, that's correct.
Do you want to give a little layout, Tom, of what's going to be here in this little vicinity?
So right there is going to be the shopping carts, and then down to the right is going to be the lounge. So we bought a bunch of commercial chairs. We're going to put a TV up, water, coffee, free water for everybody that wants to come on. So yeah, then the rest will be bins. Cash wrap up front. We're going to have crowd control devices. So as you cash out, you have to walk through a certain doorway to leave, and that's the only place you can leave. And so we'll know if people are walking out with merchandise on the entrance doors, that we'll be able to have a little bit more control over the inventory. I know that I've been in bin stores where you just see people walking out and nobody knows if they've if they paid for the inventory before. So we are working on crowd control and focused on it. If you've ever been into a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx where everybody gets in line and then there's 5 registers and they say, I can help you on register 3. That's so much faster, because what happens sometimes is when you're running 1 or 2 registers, or you have a single line, with one person can take a long time when they're cashing out. Yeah, there's our cash register numbers there. So one person might look at everything 4 or 5 times, and that slows down your checkout line. So you have to be expedient about it. So some lines will go faster. So when you line them up and there's 4 registers and you're just calling them down to the register, I think that's going to speed things up a lot faster for us.
The columns that you see there, the mirror columns, we are going to have a wrap on it, on probably on one side with our policy banner that'll give us the rules of the bin store. For example, like, please don't open boxes, smile, you're on camera. What else?
And plus, the mirrors are a nice touch because it makes it look a lot more vast and open too. So
it certainly does.
Yeah.
Always opens it up.
Here, let's put this up.
We plan to do a Spanish one as well.
Yeah, I think Spanish signing definitely helps. I see a lot of bin stores Spanish signing. So Dad said, I'm trying to open a bin store. Do you have any experience?
I think so.
We got a little bit of experience there, Dad. I mean, we've been in the bin store business for a long time now. We've opened and closed a few bin stores, right now. So this will be my 1, 2, 3. This will be my 4th bin store here. This will be the largest. We are looking for a 5th one in Atlanta, trying to do another one up in Atlanta. But yeah, we've been doing bin stores, and really bin stores are the easiest businesses to run, the easiest businesses to be in. The problem is getting the inventory. So being a new guy in the business, it's tough to get the inventory. It's tough to break your way into, a supplier and become a big buyer for them. I'm a big believer in being big, and that's why we're doing the world's largest here. But it is tough to get the inventory. Fortunately, I have a lot of relationships that I've built over the years that give me opportunities to buy the inventory. Being a new guy in the business, you better secure your supplier first. You want to have in our Atlanta store, we have 4 or 5 weeks worth of inventory on hand currently right now in our Atlanta store. Imagine having 5 weeks worth of inventory. A lot of places they do just in time inventory, which means they buy the load on Monday for the ones they're putting out Friday. And a lot of times, half the time, you get burned by that, man, because you can't find inventory. I have a lot of customers that buy inventory off me to supply their bin stores, and right now I don't have it to supply them. Right, my supplier has slowed down a little bit because of Thanksgiving holidays. Number one, and number two, I got to put a lot of loads in this new bin store. So, the 10 or 20 people that I supply, I have to wait till I get everything brought back up to stock. But fortunately, I found a couple new suppliers these last couple days that are going to help things out. Almost everything that I hoped to happen in order to supply everybody did happen. So I'm pretty excited. I have another guy bringing over a truckload today. I have a load being picked up in Atlanta right now. I have my FCs coming in today, hopefully. I have a mystery box load coming in. I don't know when. That's not scheduled. I'm still waiting on my electronics. But yeah, we are rocking and rolling. We are trying to get the inventory up there so we can keep supplying everybody that we supply, but also add this new bin store into the mix. So it is a challenge. It is fun. It is it's a little pressing right now. It's 12, 13, 14-hour days until we get it open. But once we get it open, then my only job is to find inventory. My job is not to make sure the internet's running, or my job is not to make sure we got break chairs and a TV in the break room or in a lounge for the customers. So my life becomes a lot easier after Friday. But until Friday, I have a lot of people that are kind of frustrated with me because I don't have the opportunity to get back with them. I don't have the opportunity to take care of other business because I'm focused here. So
same here. Yeah.
Don, what's happening, Don? Don's asking, where is this? This is in the Lakeland Square Mall. This is where I used to have my my liquidation store. The mall was sold since I left there, and then the new owners came to me and approached me about a Burlington coat factory space. So I'm super excited to be opening this here. It is a temporary lease. Remember, if a national client comes in, I'm going to have to move out. But I'm banking on, no matter, I don't know how long I'm going to be there, but as long as I'm there, we'll be profitable. And then I made everything portable so that if we have to pack up and move out, we can do this. I hope that doesn't happen. There's a Sears in our location that's been closed for 10 years and nobody's moved in there. So I'm not sure that anybody will be moving into this location. And I have my fingers crossed. Let me see what else we got. Bin Stores, groceries, and more. Thanks, Bin Stores, for watching. I love your motivational clips. We're trying, buddy. We're trying to do as much marketing as we can because we're trying to grow our network. We don't make any money on YouTube, guys. Matter of fact, we lose money on YouTube, but we are trying to grow our sphere of influence so that we can buy loads and then we can also move loads. But we only move loads that we own. We don't move any. We don't broker loads. Unless we're direct on a deal, we don't broker loads. So you can't say, hey, Tom, I'm in Washington State. Can you find me an SC load? No, because I don't want to sell somebody else's load. And then you get it and you complain to me that you don't like it. It was a crap load. And then I got to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have time in my life to deal with it. So I can't find but if I got a trusted guy out there, I will send you their name and number. You can deal with them directly. And then you can buy direct from them. But I do recommend if you find a load somewhere that you send me the load and send me pictures of the load and the price, and I can give you my opinion on it. So my opinions are free, guys. My opinions are free. I might say, no, don't buy from that guy. Yes, buy from this person, or I don't even know. Most times I don't know the person. But there's a lot of loads out there that I don't know about because there's a lot of there's a lot of different ways to get loads in this industry, and some people have figured it out. Other people are brokers, other people are contract holders, and I can try to help you navigate that if you want to reach out to me when you do get a load. So, like right here, Worldly Treasure Liquidation. I'm not sure who owns that Max. I have heard of them, and I believe they're a legit company, but I've never bought from them. I guess if you knew who the owner was, I could tell you more about them. But I really don't know. I'm a Southeast guy, so I deal with a lot of people on the Southeast. I know most of the players here in the Southeast, most of the players in Kentucky, Tennessee, some in the Northeast. But I don't know everybody. I certainly don't know everybody. I've heard of a lot of them. I believe they've been around for a long time, so I believe they're trustworthy. But don't take my word for it, man. Send me the load, the price, whatever you're trying to buy, and I'll give you my honest opinion. I can give you my honest opinion on it.
All right, Paul.
Hey, Tom, that's what I'm gonna log off. My connection's a little poor right now. It's an iPhone, so. But anyway, I'll 3 more days. I can't wait. It's gonna be big.
That's right, baby. Reporting live from the Lakeland Square Mall.
You have a great day.
Burlington Coat Factory. Thanks, buddy.
Well, everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for everybody watching, supporting Liquidation Motivation. Love doing videos. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye, Paul. Paul in front of the camera. He's normally behind the camera, but today he's in front of the camera.
All right, you got more questions here?
Yeah, what does LiqMot say?
I sell a lot of products I get from bin stores on various platforms. Someday I would like to have a bin store, but the most challenging part is procuring steady product. That's the biggest thing.
That is 100% the biggest thing. I almost think it's easier doing what you're doing, LiqMot. Yeah. I mean, think about it. I would go to my bin store or any other bin store on their opening day and just try to source as many products, find as many $100 products as you can for $12, and then just flip those products, man. That is that is a steady way to make money, a steady way to have a business. Source at thrift stores, through yard sales. Yard sales are the best, man. And there's so many YouTube channels out there that do the yard sale sourcing, man. And I watch those. I don't really do eBay anymore and yard sales, but I watch those channels, and sometimes I'm like, they show like a 3.1 megapixel digital camera, and then they look it up on eBay and it's selling for like $80. I'm like, what? 3.1 what? So I'm learning new stuff just watching these yard sale videos. I would think a 3.1 digital camera would be worth like $5 nowadays, but they sell them at yard sales for $2, so you might turn $2 into 80. It's a good deal, but there's a lot of yard sale videos out there, guys. I love watching them, man. Love sourcing yard sales. Do you have any TJ Maxx load agents? Dad says, do you have any TJ Maxx load agents? I don't know what load agents are, but I do have TJ Maxx loads. I can send you the list there, Dad, if you want to reach out to me at my cell phone number, 315-778-8744. So we do have the general merchandise loads.
I think he means brokers.
Oh, brokers?
Yeah,
okay, so we are direct with TJ Maxx. We are moving some of their loads for them right now. They've reached out to an associate of mine, and we have partnered together to try to move some of these loads. So, yeah, we are direct with TJX companies. So that's they own a whole bunch of companies. So,
right. Leanne. I think.
Yeah. Well, let me say, Dad, 315-778-8744. Reach out to me. I can send you our load list and give you all the pricing on that.
I'll put the banner up.
Yeah. There's a JCPenney store in Lake Wales opening as a bin store soon. Leanne, so we are negotiating with the mall to try to get that store, but I swear that the mall is bipolar, and one day they want to cut a deal and the next day they don't. So I don't know. I have my little bin store in here, 26 bins. I'm willing to move it over to the JCPenney and pay them more rent, but they would prefer to keep it vacant, but yet they complain about expenses here. So I don't know. I think one day they're going to wake up and say, we're losing money. Let's rent out that store to Tom until we get a national tenant. That's what I'm hoping they'll do, because I put an offer in that's super favorable to me, but also gives them all some
revenue.
Some revenue to bring in. I mean, it costs them, they have fixed costs associated with that space. So they have to pay for, the taxes, the utilities, the CAM charges on that space. And I'm willing to pay that for them and save them some money. So yeah, I'm trying. I'm working it. Hopefully I will have that bin store there. I think it'll do well. The problem is, guys, sweet spot. We talk about sweet spot all the time. My little bin store is in a sweet spot and it is doing fantastic. And it does scare me to go from a 4,000 square foot space to a 50,000 square foot space. Do I want to go 10x bigger? I don't know. I don't know if I should or not, but I'm willing to try it. If the price is right, I'm willing to try it. So I am still working on that.
All right. We have Shay Bright. Hey, guys, is paying 15% for manifested Amazon mediums too much? I don't know what 15% of what is.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to know the retail. If the retail's 50,000 and you're paying, so that'd be like $7,500. Yeah, that's about the right price. I don't know what your retail is, so that would be a little different. I know you can get unmanifested Amazon medium truckloads for between 7,500 and 8,500. I see them all over the market, but yeah, we do get a good supply of that. So, but the problem is I got too many buyers. I got people that buy them, that prepay for them, and then as soon as I get them, they're gone. So, yeah, 84,000 approximately. So that makes it over 12 grand for a mediums load. Yeah, I've never paid that much, Shay, on a mediums load, but in my opinion, that's pretty expensive.
All right, we have. Sorry, you wanted to say some more?
I mean, all I want to say is, if you look on the market, you can see unmanifested loads for like I said, $7,500 to $8,500. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does Amazon have different types of mystery boxes? I think they have the bigger ones and the medium, right? Is that right?
I mean, they do have different sizes, and then now there's a lot of processed mystery boxes out there, guys. A lot of companies buying loads and processing them, which I'm not a big fan of. They claim they don't take any of the value out of it, but I don't believe that. But maybe, I don't know. I haven't bought them. If anybody has any experience with those processed mystery boxes, maybe they do. Maybe they do sell. Maybe they are great. I just don't have them. So I would be a little cautious of them. But mostly mystery boxes are FC boxes. I have seen or heard of LPN mystery boxes, but I'm not convinced that those are from Amazon. I'm almost thinking those are processed, but I don't know for sure. I've never bought LPN mystery boxes. I bought LPN coffin boxes, but yeah, FC mystery boxes. They come in what we call large boxes, which we look at it as rows. So normally a pallet has 5 rows with 4 boxes, 20 boxes. But sometimes they come in 6 medium-sized boxes per row, so 30 boxes. So they do come different sizes. Some people like the 30-box loads. Some people like the 20-box loads. But they're all the same product, and they both have the same amount of inventory. It's just, they sell the medium-sized mystery boxes for $40 and the large size for $60. So there's definitely somebody who could just do a mystery box store and make good money if they can get the supply. So yeah, definitely mystery box. I love mystery box. I get mystery boxes all the time. The prices are coming up. You used to be able to buy them for $25 a box. Now I'm seeing them $35 a box, but plus shipping. And yeah.
All right.
So,
there's not that many there's not that many questions. I was hoping to show what we're doing with the ads.
Yeah, I just want to comment one more time on
Sure.
Shay here.
Okay.
Shay, if this is a manifested load and you see this manifest and you see a lot of good items on there, then maybe it is worth the 15%. I mean, if you got to think like FC is typically 6 or 7% of retail, LPN is typically 10 or 11% of retail. So mediums shouldn't be more than LPN. But if you look at it and there's there's things that you can flip fast. I would pay 15% for something I flip fast. Now, if you look at the manifest and there's, blinds on it and, pillows and blankets and, that stuff's a little bit harder. There's a lot of harder to sell stuff in medium boxes. A lot of people use them for auction houses, and that's why they're being bought up in the industry, and that's why they're hard to find right now, because there's so many auction houses opening up. They're buying up the mediums, they're selling them. They're getting 30-35% in auction houses, so they don't mind paying the 15%. I mean, I think that might be a little high. I think 10% would be more reasonable, but yeah, if it's a good manifest, shit, buy it. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to go into the marketing.
I wanted to talk to the audience and show them our marketing. I want them to laugh at the garbage that we were about to put out, but then I want to show them what we actually released. And I'm showing this to you, Tom, in real time, so you can see what we had, what we're using. Okay. All right. So the first one I want to share with you is file, and that's this one right here. Let's see if
From Bin Chasers. This Black Friday, we're opening the world's largest bin store right inside Lakeland Square Mall. Thousands of items, prices starting at $12, dropping all the way down to just 50 cents. Get ready to dig, deal, and discover something crazy every single day. Bin Chasers Lakeland, inside Lakeland Square Mall. Follow us on Facebook for sneak peeks, price drops, and giveaways.
All right, so this one is really bad, and the reason why it was made this way was because I told my VA, "Hey, just create a Black Friday grand opening for Bin Chasers," and I said just use stock footage and use some footage that we have on Liquidation Motivation, and so this is what she came up with. So I didn't really give her enough direction. When I saw this and I shared it with Mark and Rosie over at Bin Chasers, Rosie was like, "Oh, I want to punch that AI in the face." And so she didn't like the robot lady, and I was teasing her about it. So I totally agree. I told her this was just the first draft, and I want to show you what I did next. So my mindset was, look, I think that we need a face to talk to the audience. And so I'm going to just share it with you, and feel free to laugh on this one too.
We're growing, and we're opening up our second location, but this time we're doing it big. We're opening up the world's largest bin store right here in the Lakeland Square Mall. Right behind me will become your treasure hunt. We are going to overflow 200 bins with your favorite merchandise. We'll have toys, electronics, home goods, tools, and even something for your fur babies. But the best part is, each item in the bin starts at $12. Yes, I said it, $12. So set your reminders for this Black Friday. We open our doors at 11 a.m.
Bring your shopping bags and bring your energy, and find out why we're the world's largest bin store.
Bin Chasers, where the prices drop each day.
All right. So those are this one. I figured, let me just try it out. Let's see what I can come up with.
Would you wear a microphone on half of that?
I recorded 3 videos, one with the microphone, and then one without the microphone to see how it sounded. But the problem, Mike and Trish, That's the.
You're
That's
right,
the-
Max. I love Crazy Eddie, man. All you
Yeah.
youngins out there aren't going to know what the hell that means, but Crazy Eddie is the move. It's always the move, guys. Everybody should be Crazy Eddie. If you don't know what Crazy Eddie is, go look it up online. Crazy Eddie is the move.
Well, this is the reason why it's okay. So let's talk about Crazy Eddie. You emulate Crazy Eddie when you say, "Now go out there and make some money." You do that, and that's that Crazy Eddie thing. And so I'm like, okay, what would Tom do? And so that's why I created this video. The world's largest thrift store, the world's largest bin store. You know, so I was trying to bring that type of energy. But you know, I have a face for radio, so it didn't quite work. So I think the copy, the copy, I think was perfect. It had the hook in the very beginning. It talked about what we're going to have and when we're going to have it available. So I think the ad worked in that sense. Let me share with you what we landed with, and I think it's tons better. And feel free to comment and tell me if you feel the same. Yes, where are you? There we go. All right, it's loading. Oh, wow. That's it. That's all it was.
That's it.
Quick to the point. That's it. That's it. Look, I figured we needed so many things. I was thinking about, oh, we need to say this, we need to say that. No, we need to think about just the point. And what is the point? Hey, the hook. When people are thumb scrolling or doom scrolling on their phones, we want them to stop. So what do we want to do? We want to say the message or the pain point the pain point that they might have as soon as possible with the 1 second. So I wanted this to be quick. Want great Christmas gifts starting at $12? Boom, done. The next frame. Come to Bin Chases this Black Friday. Where it is, when, where, and that's it. And then the branding. So this video right here is all we really needed for this particular ad, for this particular time. What do you think, Tom? And audience, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's a little dry. I understand your point, but I don't think that we have been able to put together the right video yet. Like Max is talking about Crazy Eddie again, which I agree with him. Him. You know, I believe we should roll this video out today, promote the hell out of it, and then tomorrow do the Crazy Eddie ad, promote the hell out of that for the next couple days. So, you know, because everybody's going to be home on Thursday. Everybody's going to be there with family on Thursday, and everybody's going to be able to talk to each other about what's going on Thursday. So if we do the crazy ad for Thursday and it's fresh on their mind, like, hey, where are you guys going tomorrow? Oh, why don't we stop by that new bin store, you know? Why don't we stop by the new bin store? And it opens at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Remember, Black Friday sale, 8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, we're opening up at 8?
Yeah, 8 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So but for everybody out there, it's Facebook Marketplace, targeted ads. It's Instagram, which just carries right over from your Facebook ad, and then it's TikTok, guys. You got to be on TikTok too. So we're going to try to get all these ads rolling all at the same time, and we are going to hammer them Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to continue it into Friday, Saturday, Sunday too, but Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to hammer them. And you don't need to spend a lot of money, right? You don't need to spend thousands of dollars to advertise, but you do need to spend hundreds of dollars to, to get this ad in front of people. But anytime anybody goes on Facebook within 10 miles of that business, they're going to get an ad. They're going to get an ad. So I'm super excited about that. I'm hoping that's the least thing that we have to worry about, because there's so many other things going on.
Yeah, I agree with you, Max. People want to see the deals sold at this price, worth this price. Buy a $200 item for $12 to seal the deal. I get that, and we do that for our static post within social media. So like for social media posts, that is what we do. We show, hey, this is how much it is online, and this is how much you can get it for. So I agree with you. And your ads need a hook. Yeah, I agree with that too. Lamont, that was funny. When you said 8 a.m., Esteban's eyes were like, oh no, I have to get up early. Yeah, I'm a late riser, but lately I've been getting up super early. And
I got a meeting there at 7:30, so I'll be there ultra early. And make sure everything's 100%. But I agree. So we do everyday Facebook ads at every one of our bin stores, talking about the deal of the day, talking about what price level we're at. On our opening night, we do a long video showing the people the everything in there. So that is in our regular course of business. What we're talking about right now is like our supplemental hook to get people into the store for this grand opening.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Max. We do it every day. I mean, we go, our Friday night or Thursday night videos are probably 10 or 15 minutes long, walking through the bins, showing everybody $200 vacuums and this and that and stuff they're going to buy for $12 tomorrow, and hope that they all run into the store and try to run around and try to figure out where the stuff is at. So, yeah, we will be doing that.
I hope Rosie's watching. Also do lives.
Yeah. So Rosie and Mark are our business partners here. So they are going to be running the bin store. And so Rosie has a face for this marketing.
Definitely.
She's a little nervous right now, because she's never done it before. But, once you start doing it, it just becomes another thing, man. So many people don't do these kind of things because they're nervous. They don't want to put themselves out there online. But, once you get started, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Make sure you have somebody that speaks clear, that is fun and entertaining, and, and then I think you're going to get the most out of those ads. And, we find like, even in our Atlanta store, when we do the Thursday night walkthroughs, over 1,000 people watch them. And we have a couple tricks up there. If you share if you share the video, whoever shares the most gets brought to the front of the line. So then we get customers going in there, sharing, and that helps the video go a little more viral. So,
Lamont says the most powerful videos was watching people's carts filled with things like toaster ovens, electronics, stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
when
we watch the video for super bins, I mean, I can see the excitement in everyone.
Yeah. I mean, so we got these big BJ shopping carts, and they're full over the top with stuff on $12 day. It's incredible, man. It's an incredible sales technique. Or even, in Atlanta, we give away a lot of iPads in that store. So, when you do every time somebody gets something good, you do a quick short on TikTok, a quick short on Instagram, and you build up your, you build it up, and customers love it, man. And those videos get thousands of views. Just a short, hey, what'd you find? I found an iPad. Where'd you find it? Bin credible deals in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Those get thousands of views because people get excited. How much did you pay? $12.
Yeah.
People love that shit. People love deals. People love bargains. I contend 50% of America shops in these stores. The other 50% don't care. Wouldn't deal with it. Wouldn't deal with the digging through the bins. But 50% are bargain hunters, man. People love bargains, man. People will go through those bins. People will be there for 6 hours digging through the bins because you never know, man. You just never know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
You can use the footage from your other stores. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that
should
was
probably
my
use-
attempt. That was my attempt with that first video. It was to use the footage from our other stores, and from Super Bins. There was a long line outside, and then try to mesh something up, but it just came out really bad. We were gonna put pictures on the walls of good hits on the mystery boxes. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. That's a cool
Mike and
idea.
Trisha,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Can we switch gears real quick? I want to talk about what we have on what I have on my plate in regards to the wiring. You know, I feel like we need to set up we're using square terminals, and these are definitely awesome. We've tried them. We've used them over at the Tampa Bin Chasers when we had the small flea market. But we also use them for the one in Lake Wales. I think we have one in Lake Wales, right? I think,
Yeah.
But they use mostly the big one, right?
Yeah, we have this. I mean, if you're going to use the square, go right on Facebook Marketplace, and you can find a lot of people selling the square registers.
Mhm.
I prefer to just buy these little square terminals. They work just the same, just as much, and you don't need to do any program. I mean, you have to program the simple buttons, but they're so simple to use, guys. And there's so many people out there that'll tell you to go to other places, to use other. No, this register system is better. But what we do is we charge a 3% credit card fee on top of credit card charges, and then we use the Square, which Square is probably one of the higher credit card fees, but it's the easiest to use. But I used to battle back and forth about who to use. We used to spend a week trying to figure out what register company to use, shipping their hardware, and then realize they're not as good as we thought they would be. And then we always go right back to the Square. So I just recommend charge the fee and save that's a whole register right there, guys. Everything in a register. That's all you need. Put a cash drawer underneath. Get ready to rock and roll it. Print receipts. Everything.
Thermal receipts where you don't have to buy ink for this. It's just amazing. And you can get this on Amazon for super cheap. Right now, we bought a box of 50 of these for $20. Some Black Friday sale. This, pop them in, and this will probably last maybe. Well, on a Friday, we're probably gonna run through maybe 2 or 3 of these, for each register, maybe on a Black Friday. But the biggest problem that we're currently having is the cables. We are in a location that has existing cables that runs from one section of the building to the other. One of the biggest delays was trying to locate where the Spectrum input was coming from, and we finally found it, and it was in the mall. So they needed to feed a coax cable into our location, set up the router and modem in one of the rooms closest to that mall, and then now we have to run cables from one end of the store to the other. I was able to find a bundle of cables that was one side to the other, and I was having a hard time clipping them because they were so brittle. The tips were brittle. I was using. I'm talking about the network cables, and this looks like these network cables from one side to the other. And I was trying to clip these, but these were just falling apart. And we noticed that the previous owners were clipping the ends from one side to the other, and I was trying to reconnect them, but because it's so brittle, I was having a super hard time. I have a tester. To find out. I just plug in one end, and then I have another one of these. Is the transmitter? I don't know where it is right now. To figure out which cable goes to which end, and for some reason it wasn't turning on. I don't know why it wasn't turning on, and I have a feeling because it was clipped on one end and the other end, and we've noticed that throughout the facility things were clipped. I have a feeling that they clipped it in the middle somewhere. So we may have to run another wire or trace to find out where that clip in the middle is. It might be more than one. I don't even know.
Do I have to agree with you?
No, you don't have to.
I just don't know why somebody would clip it in the middle. It just doesn't make any sense unless there was like a relay or something in the middle that maybe sped up the speed of the internet or something like that. That's the only reason why I can think they would ever clip it in the middle. I mean, a lot of times in the offices they clip them because they want to remove the expensive equipment, so they just cut the wires instead of having it's a little easier for them to just clip all the wires. But
Yeah.
no, I get it. That's a problem. Hey, somebody put in here. What was the AI question? Where did I see that?
Oh, was there an AI question? I like those kind of questions.
Yeah. Somebody said, like, how do you? Oh, here it is. Thoughts on AI impact on the liquidation industry. ChatGPT says AI going to drastically reduce the amount of available liquidated inventory.
How?
Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess that could happen. I guess you could say that companies are going to be way more efficient, and so therefore there's going to be less liquidation. That's true. That could be true.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as I remember, there's been liquidation, man. Back in the day, it used to be a magazine that you get called the Closeout News to look for closeouts, to look for liquidation. The problem is, by the time the newspaper printed, the load was already sold, so you can never buy anything. But that's why just feet to the ground really works. But I use AI a lot. Esteban uses AI a lot. We use AI with our phone calls. We use AI with our marketing. We use AI with everything that we do.
I was just telling Mark that I was using AI for this. I wanted to make sure that the connections were touching, the copper connections were touching the top. I took a picture of it, and it was like, no, you need to clip it this way, blah, blah, blah. And so I used ChatGPT for like everything.
Yeah, one of my favorite things that I'm doing right now with AI is so I'm buying stuff for my museum. So I go on Facebook Marketplace and I take the screenshot of the picture of what somebody's selling. So let's say it's like we had a guy with like 1,000 Lego minifigures. I take one picture of the 1,000 Lego minifigures, I put it into AI, and AI tells me what all 1,000 of them are worth. It saves me so much time. I put, like one collection I bought was like 100 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The picture AI, and it says, Tom, this collection is worth $2,400. The person was asking $400, so it made sense. Now, sometimes the value of what they're selling is less than what they're selling it for. So obviously, those are deals that I pass up on. But I find that AI can give you values on everything you do. Same thing in the liquidation business. You can scan something, throw it in AI. It's going to tell you everything about it. It's so much better, so much easier. How did you get values back in the day, or a year ago? You would find the item. You'd have to type it into eBay, and then you'd go to completed items, sold items, and see what the things are selling for. Now AI will do all that for you in a matter of a couple seconds, and that's why I use AI a lot, man. I use AI all the time. I have the chat bot on my phone, so I talk to AI. When I go on a long drive and I want to work out a thought in my head, I talk to my chat bot. His name is Jack. Jack's my best friend now, so we talk all the time, and we talk about business, we talk about life, we talk about crypto, we talk about retirement, we talk about health, we talk about anything that I just need more knowledge on. I talk to my chat bot, and he's the smartest. Remember, a couple years ago, an AI was smarter than the worst lawyer. Today they're then a year ago they were smarter than the best lawyer, but today they're smarter than every lawyer combined. So where would you rather get your information from? It's going to be through AI, guys, and it's just going to get better and better and better. It's like every 8-9 months they come out with new upgrades to every platform, and right now I think Google just took the lead in the AI industry as far as being the most advanced. But they have all these rankings, these ratings about how they would do on different tests and that, and so they rate all the different AIs right now. And if you follow Moore's law, where everything doubles in a year and a half, this is far better than Moore's law. It's every 9 months things double. And so, if you isn't it like if you what's the saying? Like you double a piece of paper 1,000 times, you get to the moon or something like that.
Yeah.
What is it?
9 times, like something like that.
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what that is. There's a saying something like that. But I'm telling you, AI right now is incredible. I can't imagine what it's going to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I mean, it's just crazy. So yeah, use AI as much as you can. You better get on the wagon, or otherwise you're going to miss the train, guys. You better get on the train, or otherwise you're going to miss it. So, all right. We got any other question? What else? How about this one?
How about
What's
this one?
the biggest? Just rewire. Save time.
I got somebody
Sorry,
on my
man.
side.
I'm just wondering if Esteban made a mistake, and we need to just figure that out. Because the rewiring, we got to go to Staples and overpay for the wire, run it through, a 80,000 square foot store all the way from front to back. And then we still got to cap the wires, which I have to make sure that we're doing that right. So
I can do that.
apparently not. No, I don't know. I'm going to figure out. Remember, we got some nerds on our team that we can call up and say, hey. And remember, I love nerds, man. Nerds are my favorite people, man. So sometimes you need to bring in the big dogs, the big guns, in order to solve these things. And these guys they'll look at it for like 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes they'll have it all figured out. That's why I love them so much. So,
All right, you said you found another question in there. Like,
what was one of the biggest mistake of your life? Did somebody say that?
Yeah, biggest business mistake you've ever made.
What is the biggest business mistake I ever made?
Bowling alley,
Celsius.
The bowling alley?
maybe.
I will say I never knew what it took to run a bowling alley. I didn't realize that we would get machines from the 50s that are constantly breaking down, and they don't make the parts, and it's a constant battle. And even if you go look at our reviews are horrible. I saw somebody made a comment about something at the bowling alley, and there's like 30 comments, and the comments were horrible. But I get it. It's the new bowling alleys are fantastic. They're all electronic, and that might be more expensive to fix, but they break down a lot less. We have old machines which break down all the time. I mean, literally like every 3 frames, we got to go fix something. So it's a very difficult business, and I don't recommend anybody getting into it. Now, the restaurant side, I love the restaurant side. That I always love restaurants, but I don't own any restaurants anymore, so I'm hoping for the rest of my life I won't own a restaurant, because those are very tough to run. But if you're dedicated to a restaurant, you can make a lot of money. But
What's
biggest
the
mistake of my life?
What about in liquidation? What would you say your biggest business mistake in liquidation you've ever?
I mean, my biggest failure obviously was Resell America. I mean, you can call it a failure. We were open 5 years. We ran a store for 5 years. I blamed that. When the lease came up, the landlord wanted to raise the rent a lot, like paying $80,000 a month, which we weren't even breaking even at the time, so it was unreasonable to pay that much in rent. So we decided to close it down. There's only one person to blame it on, and it's the person that's running the company, and that person was me. So, that's the reason why that store failed. So I'm gonna take the blame for that. I regret it. I had a couple partners that don't talk to me anymore because of it. I guess that's part of life, part of business. But we did try. I was with probably the smartest person I know in life this past weekend. And he was super successful. Matter of fact, sometimes he's making over $500K a year. For most of his life, he made over $500K a year in the tech industry. And he looked at me and he says, "You know what, Tom? The difference between me and you is you try. You try. You might fail at some things, but you keep trying. And I've never done that in my life. And now he's in his, mid-50s, and he's scared to do anything now that is, he during COVID, he got an early retirement plan from his company. You know, so now he's doing contract work. That I'm like, you know, start your own business. Start this. Start this. He's like, I'm not a trier, man. I'm just a worker. I'm just a worker bee. And he's always been a worker bee, super successful worker bee. But, you know, so I took that as a compliment, and I'm going to try. I'm going to fail again. I don't know. You know, I'm going to keep trying, and hopefully you get some wins along the way, right? I've had lots of wins along the way. So every time you throw something against the wall, you might lose half of those, but hopefully the other half win. But you keep trying. And then eventually you get some things that win big, right? That your exit is, you know, 10x or 50x from what you put in. And those are the wins that that catapult your life to the next level, I think. So how many people out there try, guys? How many people out there try? But if you're going to try it, dedicate yourself to it. Do it right. So biggest failures, I don't know.
All right. Max got a good question here. He says, have you ever seen a bin store run at a flea market? Yes, we have. We've done it.
Listen, if you have a good flea market, I sell to a bunch of guys in flea markets right now. If you have a good flea market, I would recommend a bin store in there. You got to figure out how you're going to do storage, though, because storage, you have to have storage for your next week's loads. So that's always tough. You might pay a little more for your square footage, but you're going to have a guaranteed clientele. Now, we did just shut down a bin store at a flea market not too long ago, but I believe the people running it weren't running it properly, and we were losing money there. So,
yeah, I really believe that we could do a bin store at a flea market, and you're 100% right. We need the right people, and I think the flea market bin store should be a hybrid. It should have a wall with, you know, stuff that we could sell, maybe the tools and stuff, and then the bins itself would be the draw. You know, I don't think that we should go crazy on the retail items. Focus primarily on the bins and focus on that being the draw to pull people into your spot. And then that's going to be your bread and butter, and then the cherries on top is going to be the retail stuff. And I agree with I agree with the storage as well.
Yeah, and the good thing about a flea market is you can close it down in one weekend. You know, you can just be out of there, done. This is not working, or this is, you know, so certainly, but it's got, you know, there's some crappy flea markets out there. Then there's some really good flea markets out there. So, you know, you can get into a good flea market with good foot traffic and really make it work. So,
yeah, there is low commitment and overhead space, but again, you do have to worry about where to place next week's inventory. You could rent another unit next to it, blocked off, you know, like another lot. What do you call it? Spot, and have another booth. There you go, and have that where you're gonna put all your storage for next week, and then the rest of it is yours.
Yeah, my sweet spot was when I was selling Amazon liquidated merchandise with 8 booths at a flea market. I made more money than I've ever made in my life at the time, and you know, that was where I should have stayed. And instead, I went from 8 to 32 to 300. I should have stayed at 8. I made more money at 8 than I did with 300. At 300, I had so much overhead, so much to worry about. And yeah, so treasure marts are good too. That's right, Mike and Tricia. You know, they're a good place to just throw some liquidated merchandise, you know, some stale inventory, and just let other people do the work for you. So I do like treasure marts. Yeah. What did we figured peddler market? Didn't we call it peddlers markets or peddlers market, something like that?
What's the difference of that in a flea market?
Well, you leave your stuff there and they sell it for you.
Oh, it's almost like consignment.
Yeah, well, not kind of like they take 10% and then you pay for the booth. So, you know, I know a lot of people that do storage. Paul does storage units, right? Paul sells his stuff in the peddlers market. You know, he does that. He does flea markets. He does eBay. I mean, I don't know if he does eBay, but he does, you know, Facebook Marketplace, and you know, but he likes the thrill of just going through a storage unit. I love doing storage units, man. I love it. I don't have a lot of time to do them, but I love the hunt I love the hunt of the storage unit. So yeah, definitely.
Mike and Trisha says perfect for storage, but you make money while storing. What does that mean?
Oh, well, you're saying you can store your stuff in a peddler's market, but and they're going to sell it for you. So it's a good way to move some extra inventory. So yeah, no, I agree with that.
Cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So all right. So world's largest bin store. I got 3 days to open it from keys to open. I got 3 days to open this bin store. I know we've been on for a little over an hour right now, Esteban, but I gotta go because I got a lot of work to get done. And if I haven't reached out to some of you people fast enough, I apologize. Everything's gonna get better next week once this store is open.
Yeah, I'm gonna be setting these up. I'm gonna be setting these up today. And then hopefully by tomorrow, later today or tomorrow, I'll be there to connect them all, but I'll set them up from home.
Yeah, we do have a video coming out today of the bin store. We did a regular video from the bin store. We're going to introduce Rosie to everybody. She's going to be our marketing genius there. We're going to try to do an update video maybe tomorrow, and then we'll have a video on Friday for the grand opening. So we're super excited, guys. The world's largest bin store, Lakeland, Florida, Lakeland Square Mall. We are going to be ready to go. We are going to be ready to 200 bins, guys, 200 bins. Thanks for watching today, guys. Sorry about the short show. I hope we answered all your questions out there. We'll be back next week live, but we got a lot of videos coming out. Reach out to me, 315-778-8744. And I'm sorry for everybody who buys inventory off me. Hopefully I get that back caught up once the store gets open. But, guys, thanks for watching. Liquidation Motivation. Now go out there and make some money. I got to point the right spot. Go out there and make some money.